here we have Lumi, and we are going to be doing Lumi's go home video. It's going to have all of her commands in it. That way you can refer back to it when she comes home. So first I'm just going to start off with Lumi sits and down. So I'm going to do a sit. Good girl. The sit is the hand gesture up, like you're raising her nose to the sky, telling her sit. Good girl. You want to make sure you're rewarding her when there's 4 on the floor, not when she's jumping or if she's batting at you. Sit, down. So down is gesturing to the ground, so pointing to the ground. You can use 4 fingers, 1 finger, however many. Just pointing to the down, telling her down. Pointing to the ground, I mean. Lumi, sit. Yes. Lumi, down. Yes. Good girl. Good down. Good job. And again. Sit. Good. I like to use lots of positive marker words with these. Lumi. Lumi. Lumi, come. Good girl. Sit. Good job. Lumi, down. Good girl. Good girl. And with a down, you want to make sure her belly is on the ground, just like this. So once your belly's on the ground, all 4 are on the floor, that's going to give her that reward of a good down. So I'm going to have her do some kennel and wait here. Lumi. Lumi. Yes. She's going to say hi to some dogs at the door. So I'm going to tell her kennel. Wait for her to go in there before I give her the reward. Or at least step up into the kennel. Come on. If she doesn't want to go up, I can toss that treat back in there. Here. Okay. Good girl. Good kennel. I'm going to use a toy for that just to get her in there. We did do lots of practice beforehand with a training session before I decided that I want to do her home video. So she's getting a little full, but I still want to give her a proper session and do a proper video. So if she doesn't want to do things, you can coax her in. She is very young. And you got to keep in mind these are all introductions, and they're not going to be perfect just because she still needs a lot more practice to learn and grow. So when she's in there, I'm going to tell her to wait. Open that door up. Once I want to give the release word, I tell her, okay, good girl. Now the wait command is very versatile, so you can use it for multiple different things. In and out of the car, through doorways, up and down aisles, through crossing the street, different things like that. Now Lumi is a little small to jump in and out of the car, so she can't do that quite yet, but as she gets bigger, you can teach her how to do that. Lumi. She loves looking out the door. Lumi. Yes, good girl. That's what I'm talking about. We'll get in there. Come on. Yes. Good kennel. Good girl. She does get in and out of the kennel on her own without tossing the treat in, but just because she's had a lot of treats, she's losing her motivation. Wait. Okay. Good girl. She is pretty food motivated though, so I do like how she responds to everything. Good kennel, good girl. And for in the kennel, you want to make sure she has lots of toys in there. Now I wouldn't put toys like this in there because it is a rope toy. You don't want her chewing it up. Same thing with stuffy toys. You don't want her chewing the stuffing. Unstuffies, nylabones, rubber toys, those are all good alternatives for crate toys, crate safe toys anyway. Kongs, different things like that, they all work great. You want to make sure they are durable and she can't shred them and have a choking hazard as she is in the kennel. That's not what you want. Kennel. Good girl. And just one more time. Wait. Okay. Good job. Good girl. That's a good girl. So now we'll move on to her place command. And I am going to move you through this. Just get out another raised bed for this command. And I'll move you over here. That way you can see. There we go. All right. You can see the door with some dogs out there that she was looking at. She loves to look at the door. Lumi. Hey. Lumi. Yoo-hoo. Hey. Can you place? Getting caught in the distance out there. Now the place command, she is to stay on there, place. She is to stay on there, until you give her the release word, place. Now when she does break away like that, you want to pick her back up and put her right on there. This is one of the commands where you want to make sure she follows through, that way she can build up her time and duration. Good girl. Good place. And she can do whatever she wants on this bed, eventually having a toy or a long-term treat down the road. But I want to make sure this command is very, or pretty solid until I do or give them treats and toys on there. Good girl. I do like to go up and praise her a lot when she's on here. I want her to know that the place command is not a negative command, and she does get rewarded when she's on there. So I give her treats and praise while she's on this command. Good girl. Good girl, Lumi. That's a good girl, yes. Good job. Good place. Good place. Good girl. So now I'm going to back away. Place. Reminding her place that she's still in that command. Place. And she can do whatever she wants on the bed. Like I had said, she can sit, lay down, walk around, eventually down the road having a toy and treat on there. Place. I want her to stay on there until I give her that release word. I don't want her coming off until I give her that. If she does get up, I just tell her and you want to make sure she follows through and puts her back on there. And put her back in place. Good girl. Good place. Okay. Good girl. Good job. We're going to do it again. Place. Yes. Good girl. Just walk around. Don't want the dogs barking outside. They have lots of stuff to look at and barking out there. Good place. That's a good girl. Good girl, then. Good place. Come on. Okay. On the ground. Place. It's all repetition work. You want to know what she is, or you want her to know what she's doing. So just repeating yourself, making her follow through, just gets it in her head that, oh, I'm supposed to stay here until I get that release word. Oh, excuse me, until she gets that release word. Okay. Good girl. Good job. Good girl. Now we're going to end on that positive note. Actually, we're going to do it one more time, a super fast one, just so she doesn't break away. Might get some water. Lumi, yes, good girl. Come here. Can you place? Lumi. Good place. Oh, good girl. Oh, that's not what we want. Place. Now this is very highly distracting for her with those dogs running around right next to the door. So she wants to go and see them. And I do understand that it's very distracting for her, but I still want her to follow through. Okay. We're gonna do it one more time. Place until she does it right. Come on. Come on. Here. Go ahead. There you go. Good place. Good place. I'm going to go praise her, put her in that sit. Good place. Good place, Lumi. Okay. Good girl. That's a good girl. Yes. That's better. So just lots of repetition work. You want her to know who's boss as well in your family. So when you're doing commands, you want to make sure she does follow through. Just so she doesn't think she can be in charge. Lumi. Lumi, come. Yes, good girl. Can you sit? Good. So now we're going to do some sit stays and down stays. So I just put her into a sit. And I'm going to tell her to stay. Now these I like to keep really, really short and a short distance too. So I don't want to take too many steps away, as these are just an introduction and she's just learning these. Okay. Good girl. Good job. Obviously you can get much, much further as you practice more and more. Hey, come. Good girl. Can you do it down? Hey. She's definitely losing interest in training because I've been working with her for a long time now. Stay. So once I give her that flat open stay, she needs to stay there. Same with the stay, or same with the place. If she breaks away, you want to put her back to what she was doing and tell her to stay again. Stay. Okay, that was a good girl. Good job. Good girl. We dropped it here. Good girl. I like to be really, really gentle with everything. I'll put her into another sit. Stay. Stay. Okay. Good girl. That was so good. Lumi. Can you down? I'm just going to wait her out. Gave her that command. I want to say it one time and let her follow through on her own. I'll move a little closer. Maybe if we need to coax her and put it down. Good girl. Stay. Good down. Good down. Stay. Good girl. I'll go and praise her. Good stay. And I want you to see how to work through these different things we're having. See, if she is slowing down like this at home, I would try and pick a command to do and then end on that positive note. Say you're having a hard time doing something and she just won't do, say a stay for you or a place for you. And then a positive note, wait her out, get her to stay or place for 10 seconds and then just end on like a sit or something. That way you can revise and redo it again the next day when you have clear minds, because if you're both getting frustrated, it's just going to go right down into each other and you don't want to get each other frustrated or even make each other upset. So if she is struggling to do something, you can always redo it on the next day. Now I am just working through her and, telling her that it's okay. Don't mind the groomer screaming the dog in there. Just working through her and making sure she knows that she can do this command and it's perfectly okay and everything is good. And even if she's tired, she does still have to follow through. But this will be it for the day, and or not it for the day, it for the morning, and then we'll do another session later in the day or a couple more later in the day. But she's doing really, really great with training, and I can't wait to take her home and show you guys how to do all these commands. I'm going to give her that release word now. Okay, good girl. Good job. Here, you want your treat? No, not. You're kind of full. Here, you want a treat? Come here, Lumi. Lumi. Hi. Lumi. Hi. What are you doing? Hi. Come here. But she is doing really, really great with everything. And she's learning fast, huh? Good girl. But this is Lumi's go home video, all of her commands in it. That way you guys have it to refer back on, as well as we'll go over all of her commands when she comes home to you. That way you have a head start and everything. And she's doing really great.